Hello everybody, welcome back to the Daily Journal series. We're set up here to move islands. This looks like I had a pitiful week, but I did not. I just came here very last minute. I put the Pokemon to sleep using the Go++ trick, and then about an hour later I moved islands to expert mode to transfer area bonus, that whole strategy. I kind of forgot to mention that in my strategy guide for the event, but either way, I've talked about it before, so I hope enough of you that would want to know about it would know about it already. But anyway, let's choose our next research site. Now, my next research site is interesting, because originally I was planning on going to Old Gold Power Plant to keep hunting that good Raikou, was the goal. But there's something interesting that I've changed my mind on. Now that I caught a actually pretty solid Raikou, that's not as much of a priority for me yet. I definitely caught an investable one for my purposes. So I got to think about it. I don't need to hunt a good Raikou anymore. So I've added a new goal. A new goal to my list of goals, an extra credit goal because I wasn't initially intending it. And that's catching a legacy Raikou. Well, this can only be done by going to either Cyan or Taupe. So we're going to either Cyan or Taupe. And which one are we going to? Well, one of them lines up with my goals a bit more than the others, and that is getting a 3-star Entei. Without an incense, that can only happen at one island. Now, obviously, I'm going to try getting this via an incense if I have the resources to do so, but I don't think I'm going to necessarily. So, 3-star Entei, that can only happen at one island. So, given that, you should know where my island choice is going to be. If you don't, then I guess you just don't know which dogs spawn at, or which beasts spawn at which island. But the answer is we are going to Top Hollow for this week. And then, once again, doing the same trick to transfer the area bonus from one island to the next by using an easy travel ticket in the night after putting the phone to sleep, or the Pokemon to sleep. We also should theoretically be breaking our record for strength here. As you saw, their record strength at top was 4.3 million. This should blow that out of the water by a long shot. I did my team analysis for, once again, the Pokemon that I set up, and either way, like, the weaker team is 6.08 million. But anyway, oh, and it's starting off more insane. That's right, because we get the boosts. Oh, there it is, the classic. I forgot to mute myself in Discord. Okay. And we did roll desserts, so that means we get desserts this week. Should be a pretty simple week. We rolled the stronger of the two, so we should really be blowing my previous record out of the water. I didn't even need to use any easy travel tickets to get the meal types that I wanted. I set it up so that my bag was prepped for either curry or either salads or desserts, so I only needed to re-roll if I rolled curries. The more I play the game, the more I like that strategy. Sure, you get weaker weeks than if you prep for only one meal type, because you can't hyperfixate one meal type as much. You maybe have to sacrifice a team slot to another ingredient specialist. But, you know, it's reliability. You don't have to worry about rolling so many times for the same meal type, but... Oh, did my Zumachu level up there? How convenient. Hey, buddy. But yeah, we already know that we got curries, so I'll swap the team around. Oh, we got desserts. We did not get curries. What am I talking about? It's also going to start at, yeah, it starts at like Ultra 4, which, I mean, that small amount bonus start doesn't really make an impact for me. I am so far along that the little boost doesn't really make a huge difference. Oh, what the... Guess I had a desync error there. Or I only tapped the nightcap he could behind him. I ran this team last night because I was just... It was what was on the team. But anyway. We're gonna swap... So it's... Cresselia. I know Cresselia is a bit weaker, a significantly weaker healer than Palmont is this week. Because Palmont's boosted. And Cresselia is a weaker healer to begin with, but I don't necessarily need the healing. The healing does come out to be worse, but Cresselia is still pretty reliable. My Cresselia at least is anyway. And the bigger thing is it produces Ginger, which I had to run these two Raichus with the mono lists to make enough apples for this meal. So that's why I couldn't run my other Raichu that has the ginger productivity. Now, later on in the week, we might make enough leeks, because this is producing excess, that I might be able to swap Quackable off. Oh, Vikavolt is actually more likely to be swapped off sooner, because he's making a huge excess amount of coffee. So later in the week, we'll probably swap him off for my other Raichu that produces ginger. And if that's the case, then I won't need to run Cresselia anymore. I can run Pawmot. We can just have 4 electric types for this week. So let's get this team set up. It is the Investichu, which we're actually not going to put the Investichu on quite yet. We're going to put on Dedenne first. Because Dedenne, very similarly, also makes apples. I have a mono apple list on my Dedenne as well. I just have apples set. I wish I could get it to level 60, but there's no way I'm getting it there right now. Yeah, that would take way too many handy candies. That would be... Well, I do have a lot of electric type candies. But I kind of want to save that for a potential... If I do invest Raikou, then that's what I'd rather be using my electric type candies on, because that's going to be expensive. So, I'm not going to touch that for now. Dedenne candy is kind of valuable, and I'm probably one of the only people that want to get it to level 60. Most people probably don't care about level 60 on Dedenne. But I would love to make more apples on my Dedenne. Because right now, if I'm to run him instead, I don't think it makes enough apples, because it's only level 57. So, that is a bit of a problematic thing. Yeah, it doesn't quite. It gets me 26 apples a day shy. So I can't run Dedenne too much. And even if I do get to level 60, it makes only 10 apples a day shy. But still, it's closer, it's better. It's not as much of a deficit if I get it there. But if that doesn't work out, I may have to run Skeledirge for a little bit to produce excess apples if we're at a deficit of that. But we're going to run Dedenne for now because we do want meal procs, we want meal crits, especially with making a stronger meal and having the meal strength being boosted for the week. Running Vikavolt for the coffee, and then Quackable for the leeks. This is the team for the week. Well, with Dedenne rotating with my Investichu, who's not very good. Honestly, Investichu probably produces similar quantities of berries to my Dedenne right now. But one day, level 75, it'll be insane, I'm telling you. Anyway, let's collect these research points, or whatever they're called, sleep points, and then hop into our sleep session review. I guess, well, we'll do breakfast after the sleep session review. Now, sleep session review should be at Old Gold Power Plant, so we should hop from hearing the Entei music back to the Raikou music. We're hearing 3 of the event themes this morning because we heard the other event theme when I was at the other island. Ain't that funny? Okay, now we're hoping for snoozing sleep. I did not use a legendary incense last night because, well, I actually didn't have the points to. Okay, that looks like a slumbering graph. Either that or dozing. It's probably not snoozing, though. Oh, balanced. Never mind. I guess it's all 3. Now, what we want to see here is not that many 3 or 4 stars, because if it's a bunch of 1 and 2 stars at this high of drowsy power, that means there's probably a legend. And given how many 3 stars are there, I'm going to guess there's probably not a wild Raikou. Because that's a lot of 3 stars. I doubt we had enough drowsy power to support that many 3-star spawns and a Raikou. So let's see. There's a Vikavolt. Wow, that really kills any idea of a Raikou. But anyway, we got Palmy, we got Fuecoco. I don't think anything here is really all that interesting to me. Oh, also, you guys wouldn't know this, but I'm also... It shouldn't make an impact on the videos at all, but I might have a video be delayed coming up here soon. I'm getting a new phone. So, that's something, and it's coming in a couple days. So, do note that. I'll probably swap over to using this phone for the sleepers. For those... You never see this on screen, but the phone that I use for the sleepers is cracked. So, that is kind of a minor annoyance. It also would make it that using this phone, I could actually do like the face in camera on the screen for any videos on the sleepers when I'm away traveling or something. So that is another nice thing about that. So I'll probably be moving the sleepers from this phone to this phone. Thank you to Adrian Styles for giving me this phone that I used for the sleepers for a while. It's been very helpful, but it's probably the account's probably migrating again. So anyway, what do we want to catch today? I guess we can catch a Pommy because it's hungry. And that's the entire reasoning why we left it like that. And then we can catch something else, probably. So, hey Pommy. Let me make sure it actually hits the Pommy and not the Vikavolt. That's the Vikavolt. I'm not feeding you. Okay, how do we click the Pommy? Vikavolt, get out of the way! Nope, that's the Vikavolt. I'm gonna close the app. The app's not crashing today. I'm just closing it. Because that should readjust where the Pokemon are. If you ever have this problem, this is how to fix it. Man. Don't we love weird things like this? Okay, yeah, let's get back to reviewing my sleep session reviews. My sleep session results. Okay, there we go. Vikavolt's relocated himself, and the Pommy is now accessible. Okay. So, we're feeding just one biscuit to the Pommy. And then, do we just whittle down the Minun further? I guess that's what we could do, right? I swear, if this thing's like Berry Finding S, Helping Bonus, Skill Trigger M, Careful Nature. I don't know what I'm going to do in that circumstance, but oh man. You know, maybe we just catch a Fuecoco. I don't know. Oh, I don't need a Fuecoco. Maybe we whittle down the Jolteon more. I've been feeding it, apparently. That would get it to 4 away. Next time I saw it with premium, but I don't know. There's a lot of stuff here that I don't really care about. So let's just... I guess the Jolteon's here... I'm just going to feed it to the Jolteon, whittle it down more, because I really don't need anything else that's here. I have a good Mono Apple Fuecoco. I have a good, really, really good ABC Fuecoco. Dear gosh. I don't really need a Minun. I don't really need a Plusle. They offer things that I don't need on this account. So, thank you, Neroli. We're always making serious strides around here. You know, looking back on it, I guess I could have used a Plusle because of my toxicities, but oh well. As for which candy to send out, we'll send out the Vika. We still did get 98 materials. That is good to see. Like 70,000 dream shards, basically. That is also amazing to see. Sassy nature. Well, that's a skill up nature. It's got Berry Finding S. And Skill Trigger S. Well, this is actually very similar to the Palmont that I've been using. The only real difference is, mine has Helping Bonus, and this one has Berry Finding S. Which, honestly, I think I value Help Bonus more on a healer. Although, for my intentions with Pommy, maybe Berry Finding S is actually better. Because this is the Palmont I've been using. Like, very, very similar. Or do I just invest 2 Palmonts? And see... Well, what's the ingredient list on this? ABC as well? Wow. Oh, yeah, it is ABC as well, by the way. So even the same ingredient list, I can't make an ingredient list use case argument for it. This one does have inventory to counteract that Berry Finding S a little bit, so... Like, that would actually... Here, let's get rid of some of these skills, because it doesn't have that there. Okay, it's got inventory S, which... Maybe we become inventory M after sub-skill seeding, or L even, one day. Skill trigger S eventually, which we would... Oh man, there. Come on, that's gonna be ingredient finder. What do I... Okay. Brain on. There we go. Ingredient Finder, and then Help Speed S one day. That I would Substeel Seed that day, but... Okay, we're also going to give it like 500 hours slept with, just because that is a bit more realistic. Now, with when evaluating healers, make sure you always go in here and set energy settings to no procs, because you want to make sure they're relying on their own healing and not others. The health bonus one does proc a little bit more. This is because the health bonus is coming in, making it a little bit more valuable. But realistically, the bigger thing here is it's got... Oh wait, this one is also helping bonus. Whoops. I forgot to change the help bonus to berry finding. Okay, the help bonus one does proc a decent amount more, probably because of inventory issues, probably because of just lower speed, because the help bonus does give it a little bit of speed, while also providing that support. So, like, the new one is just worse in that regard. But we have options now. Additionally, we do still have this option, which, let's see, he's this guy. Which, if I was to make him into a Pokémon, let's make him the same level, see which one does better, because this guy would be also okay. I think this one would be really good if I could get it to level 75. This would be a long-term invest. Level 52, this one does better for berries. It does worse for skills. I'd say if I'm going to invest in a berry finding S one, I'd rather invest in this one, because it has more speed to play off that berry finding S, eventually. But at the same time, this one also eventually has helping bonus, making it just the best of all of them. Because at level 75, I think the benefits of the berry finding S actually outweigh the worst procs here. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to invest in this guy. I'll star him because he's interesting. Also, what are the odds that all three of my good Pawmi candidates, all three of them have an ABC list? Actually, I can figure out those odds really easily, because each one of these is a 2 in 9 chance. 2 in 9 times 2 in... It's 2 in 9 to the power of 3, whatever that is. Anyway, I think that's the only thing we caught today, so... Yeah. If you haven't... Oh wait, I gotta make breakfast real quick. I usually don't make meals on camera, but you know what? I will, just cause why not? Oh yeah, Snorlax is leveling up. Master 1 already. Literally like minutes into the event, of starting up the event. Already at Master 1. No proc from the Dena, so we'll make breakfast here. It should be Zing Zap. We should have the ingredients stocked, because I did make sure to have enough stockpiled for either route. We don't need the mushrooms because we didn't land that type of meal, so that'd be salads. That's what I'm thinking. So we can use those as filler. There we go. Breakfast made. These are the meals we're gonna be making all week long. So yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Down in the description, we'll have a link to join the Discord. You can come join us, hang out, talk about all things Pokemon, sleep, and the like. Huge thank you to all my channel members. It really means a lot to me that you guys want to show your support financially, despite there being no paid rewards for members. If you too want to become a channel member, then feel free to click the join button down below. And as always, I thank you all for watching and hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.